Hello, and welcome back to a YouTube channel. I want to make it painfully clear right out the gate. This is by no means me saying that they should get rid of Java at all. The fact that Java is still getting support today is something that I'm incredibly grateful for, but it's also really confusing. Mostly because Bedrock Edition makes them significantly more money, and I fully expect all big companies to focus exclusively on profits nowadays. I'm a little bit scarred, I'll say. The fact that the biggest game in history still manages to uphold some sort of morals is quite unexpected. But let's take a step back and actually address, why does it matter so much that Java is still getting updates? Well, first off, Mojang was bought by Microsoft, which, when an indie company is doing this, you can kind of excuse it as they're just making the game because they love making games. But when Microsoft bought them, it kind of seemed like it would be the end of that. You know, why would a big corporation care about endlessly updating something that isn't making them any more money? Minecraft is not the only game to give constant free updates this late after it came out, but it is one of the few that are a single upfront purchase. Terraria and No Man's Sky are both like this too, but again, I can understand much more why indie devs would do this. And in Terraria's case, it's actually finishing up its updates now, eventually at some point, which more so categorizes it as a game you could buy while it was incomplete, but it kept getting updates until it was complete, and now that it is, it's done. Minecraft isn't really like that. It doesn't really seem like it will ever end anytime soon, even though it could have been considered a finished game quite a long time ago. But if you did that, you'd absolutely be making no more money from it. 'Cause what are you gonna do? Make a Minecraft 2? Of course not. There's no value in a Minecraft 2. Minecraft is too replayable for a sequel to be appealing. There's an endless amount of new game modes you can create for multiplayer settings. There's endless amounts of worlds to explore and things to build in single player. And even if Minecraft as it is now doesn't have everything you want, just go install a couple mods. Both with external mods that you download and just with command blocks inside the game itself. If Minecraft 2 came out, people would be able to mod every new addition from Minecraft 2 into Minecraft by the end of a week. So instead, Minecraft has to keep updating the current game in hopes to make some profit over time, like a live service kind of deal, which is when a game treats itself less like a finished product that you just buy and more like a service that you subscribe to. The goal of live service games is to keep players constantly coming back to the game for as long as possible. And that doesn't quite make as much sense when just buying the game at the start is all the money you're gonna make from them. All other live service games go one of two other ways for their profits. Either they're literal subscriptions, like MMOs, or they're completely free to play, but with skins and characters that, hey, buddy, stay away from me, will ya? With skins or characters that you're encouraged to buy, with the goal being that if you stay around long enough, eventually one of them are gonna appeal to you enough to spend money on it, and if you stay around even longer, multiple will, and eventually you'll end up paying more than if it was just an upfront price. Obviously, Bedrock Edition falls into that second category with all of its DLC and skin parts and whatnot, but on Java, they can't really be making that much of a direct profit from these updates. You could argue that just keeping the game constantly growing in appeal would be good for making more and more sales, but so many people already own Minecraft at this point that I can't imagine Mojang is making that steep of a profit each month off of new sales of the game, unless they're really banking in on the constant increase of new kids just becoming old enough to ask their parents to buy the game for them, which even that is gonna run out eventually if we get so old that grandparents start passing on their Minecraft accounts to their grandchildren. So if they're not really making any monetary gains off of constantly updating like this, why are they doing this? The most obvious and most pleasing answer is that that's just how they've always done it. Java Edition is the first original version of Minecraft. It's what everyone on YouTube has grown familiar with, it's how the game began, and it's what will keep people coming back. But allow me to be a little cynical here and say there's no way that's the only reason. I'm not even sure if it's a reason at all. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I feel like Mojang is pretty good. I just don't know if that's the case with Microsoft. So clearly there's no real reason to keep Java Edition around, and they're constantly looking for valid reasons to get rid of it just to have everybody on Bedrock Edition permanently so that they can continue to push more DLC and in-game purchases. Not necessarily. See, I think Java Edition can still make them quite a lot of profit through merch. Oh yeah, it's like I'm a real speedrunner. At this point, for a lot of games, the value is less in how much the game itself sells, and more so in just how much it helps the brand become recognizable. Nice. See ya, idiots. I'm out of this dangerous place. Time to go to my safety spot. Heck. It's a Minecraft video, I can't swear. Constantly updating Minecraft ensures that it's gonna always be in people's minds. It's always at the top of all YouTube recommendations, and there's constantly gonna be more and more fans who are gonna go to Walmart and see their epic figurine of Steve Minecraft from Smash Ultimate and be like, yeah, sure, I'll pick that up. It'd be funny. And that probably makes them way more money than the game does at this point. It's like Pokemon pumping out a game every 2 or 3 years just so that they have more characters to make more merch of. The game doesn't need to sell, though in Pokemon's case it always will, but regardless, the merchandise is far more of a profit margin than the sales of the game. So for Minecraft, it can constantly keep updating because it doesn't matter if the game makes a profit, since everything around it will. But is this a good thing? Obviously. It's easy to be cynical about modern games. You know, you could say they aren't just doing it for the love of tradition and community, since clearly money has to play a part in all big business decisions, but I don't think this is as bad as it may seem. I don't even know if it seems that bad. As I've been saying this whole time, Java Edition is literally just $30 and nothing more. Ever. But even though Bedrock Edition has tons of in-game purchases, just like the free-to-play style games I mentioned earlier, I still don't think Minecraft is really built to encourage purchases as egregiously as other games that were designed specifically with this purpose in mind. I mean, scrolling through the Minecraft marketplace does fill me with the same existential dread as some other overbearing game stores, and Bedrock's skin system is pretty elaborate, but there certainly isn't as much of a focus on making new cosmetics in Minecraft as some other games. Some versions of Bedrock even allow you to have custom skin textures like Java, so the only reason to buy skin parts there is if you really want a 3D modeled cattail. There's also purchasing custom maps, which is a much more interesting way to make money, and a lot more sensible for a game like Minecraft, but rude. Even that's not as bad as it could be, because at least that is benefiting other fans as well by paying them some of the money. But now I'm probably just being too hopeful. Bedrock's microtransaction situation is pretty bad, but I don't think they'll be adding any more to Bedrock anytime soon. I don't know what else they really would other than maybe capes. They could make capes purchasable. See ya, idiots. But I definitely don't think they can ever add microtransactions to Java Edition. Nobody would ever buy them. Players can easily just go to the code and modify just about anything they want. So locking some of that content behind microtransactions just isn't really gonna work out, I feel. The only thing they could do is remove Java Edition entirely, but that'd get quite a bit of backlash since modding relies heavily on Java Edition's open nature, so they can't really do that. Unless the fact that they're constantly adding more in-game ways to modify the game significantly and official avenues for modding in Bedrock is actually part of a greater plan to gradually dissolve Java Edition entirely and be able to introduce microtransactions to the rest of the player base that way, Sure, that had some backlash to it too, but ultimately it's Minecraft. It's so big that it would be fine as long as it doesn't completely cut off massive chunks of its player base, which they wouldn't be. Tons of new additions to Bedrock have encouraged people like modders and map creators to hop over to Bedrock instead of Java. But that's probably being too cynical again. I just keep ping-ponging back and forth between too forgiving and too rude, huh? I really just need to pick a... Oh, Jesus. That one was bad. Yeah, that one really... Ugh. Why am I so scared by everything? If I think about it completely realistically, then yeah, it doesn't look too good for Java Edition sticking around. I mean, they even dropped the Bedrock Edition subtitle, making that version just straight up Minecraft. But, I mean, like, I feel like, when it comes to Java Edition, bro, stop! Look, they don't have as much merchandise over every single shelf as Pokemon or FNAF, but I have a feeling that Minecraft is making them plenty of revenue as is. So for now, no matter how small or lazy the updates seem, the fact that we're still getting them at all is something I'm pretty grateful for. I mean, if they weren't thinking about getting rid of Java Edition, I did just basically explain how to, and several reasons why they would want to. But what? Is Mojang gonna watch my video that'll have at most 1,000 views and be like, oh yeah, wow, we didn't think about that one. Let's do that now. Yeah, I didn't think so. Besides, Redstone creators would never leave Java. Anyway, I beat the Ender Dragon, so I guess that's the end of the video. Oh wait, what? I'm drunk? Inebriation. I'm inebriated. What's this? Uh-oh. Oh, ow! A tornado. Yeah, that makes sense. What? Why does bread evaporate when I right-click the ground? Oh, it's the torch evaporating. I'm not allowed to place torches. That makes more sense. Let me just... I don't like this place.